Hey guys, welcome back to the Own Your Identity podcast. Often, I have chosen not to use porn or act out in some way because I want to honor God, live aligned with my values, and be obedient to Him. I've also avoided sin because I fear what other people are going to say, the consequences that may come from it, and the temptation to sit in shame afterwards. But today I want to talk about another reason to avoid giving in to temptation, because our time and energy are more valuable. I have better things to do with my time. And today I want to unpack that a bit. My name is Jason Mellard. I'm a certified high-performance coach and the founder of Own Your Identity. I'm committed to empowering men to live beyond their unwanted same-sex attractions and into their purpose through the power of Christ and for the glory of God. Living into our purpose. There's a reason I say it every week, because that's huge. It's so important to have something that's pulling us forward in life, rather than being pushed just to do the right thing. I want to not just resist sin, I want to choose something better. I want to move from I shouldn't to no thanks. Because I know that I am valuable. God's created me in His image for a unique purpose. He's given me a voice that He wants to partner with me to communicate something uniquely special to the world and make a mark. And because I'm valuable, my time and my energy are also immensely valuable. And I don't want to waste it on things that aren't serving a greater purpose. I don't want to trade partnership with God for something lesser that's just going to isolate me. And if we don't know exactly what our purpose is, that can be a bit daunting sometimes. I can decide that it's important to wake up with a sense of purpose and live that out each day, knowing that that is who I am, and it makes an impact on the people around me. And it helps me to choose wisely. And if I do sin, I can decide that my time is more valuable than sitting in shame. I don't need to hide in the corner or under the covers and turn away from God because of fear. I can look towards Him, believing that He's coming towards me first. I can confess my sin to others and come into the light because I know that's where growth and healing happens. I can delight in moving through godly sorrow, repentance, and grief because it leads to greater wholeness and health, and that's who I am, somebody that's committed to stewarding all of myself that God has created. And I'm committed to growth and contribution. And I don't have to just try to get back to life as it was before I committed a sin. I want to get to a better place in life. I want to come out better on the other side because I didn't hide, because I believed that I was 100% valuable before and I'm 100% valuable after. And I want to choose to do things in line with that value. And that's being productive. It's asking some deeper questions behind what it was maybe that triggered giving in to a lesser desire. Perhaps there was a wound that got touched by something earlier that day that triggered some lies that I hadn't believed or thought in a while. And I just wanted to escape. I wanted to escape those lies. Maybe there was some trauma that I got reminded of. And it inspired emotions like fear and anger and sadness. And I just didn't want to feel them. Maybe my younger self was just scared and was reaching out for something secure to hold on to. And in that moment, it was porn or something else. And I can honor that, get curious about it, and decide that I want to move forward and through it in a way that unites me with God and other people, and honors who I really am, and honors the goals that I have for my life that I don't need to set to the side. I don't need to live half alive for a while and count the days until I believe that God may be okay with me talking to Him again, that maybe after a while I can hold my head up and look people in the eyes again. No, I want to live fully alive all the days of my life. Sometimes we are overwhelmed with big feelings and big urges to act out. In that time, I want to offer you a tool that you can use. It's called the 90-second rule. neuroscientists have researched and found that the chemicals that are released in our body when we are triggered and have a strong emotion or a strong urge, they are filled of adrenaline and cortisol, but after 90 seconds, they dissipate. And we're able to get a little bit more clear on the actual emotions that are going on, whether it's fear, anger, sadness, and be able to process them. And we can talk to ourselves instead of just taking what comes into our head at face value. But at the beginning, it just seems overwhelming. I get into what I call the gray zone, where my mind and my body, they're telling me that, Jason, the thing to do right now is to pull out your phone and type in a search term that you know is going to take you to a place that in the moment seems like the thing to do. And I can just feel overwhelmed by it. But I know that if I honor my time and I take 90 seconds to believe that if I just sit and observe these big sensations in my body and big emotions and let's let them pass and dissipate, that I'm going to be in a better place. But the trick is you can't attach yourself to them in the midst of it happening. You just have to ride the wave. When you start to spin a story about the emotions or the urge itself, saying that this is wrong, I can't believe that I have this big urge to look at porn or to act out right now, what's wrong with me? This is never going to go away. And you look back on the trigger, perhaps, that brought up some of the emotion. Maybe it was somebody being displeased with you, maybe a hard conversation. Maybe you're just disappointed in yourself or with something else in life, and it triggered something that just put you in a place where you felt overwhelmed. Well, don't say, that shouldn't have bothered me so much. I can't believe that happened. I'm just unfit for life. There's something inherently wrong with me. Whatever it is. You can't do that. Don't do it. Because if you do, it's just going to restart the 90 seconds. Just be aware that you are having a really big experience and let it come, let it dissipate, and then get curious about it afterwards. Being willing to sit in the feelings, the emotion, without needing to escape them. Know that the truth is greater than the lies that might be coming into your mind, and take the time to process them. Reach out to a trusted friend and just talk out loud. Speak to God, journal. Do something that is going to move you forward rather than causing you to escape and waste precious time. Life is short. Make the most of it. Here's another tool that I just made up, and I think it's great. You may not. I don't know. Hear me out. So, often when I have had a pattern of looking at porn in the past, it seemed like there was a certain time or day of the week where I had a stronger urge to do that. Maybe it was on Fridays, after a busy, stressful week, and I was finally able to decompress a bit. So from 7 to 9 p.m., it seemed like that was the time that I looked at porn. So here's a thought. Things that are important to you, you put on your calendar, right? When I look at my calendar, I can tell what I prioritize in life. What on there are the things that are moving me forward and really meeting my goals? Well, apparently my body and my mind were thinking that looking at porn was really going to help me out in life because it was putting on the calendar. So what you can do is go ahead from 7 to 9 p.m. Friday night, whatever your witching hour is. Put a calendar appointment that says use porn. Hear me out. And then when it gets towards that time, it's Friday afternoon, you look at your calendar and you see that coming up. I want you to do this. I want you to say, not again. Oh my goodness. Not that. Do I have to do that? Really? Can I please just cancel that for this week? Just this once? And maybe do something else I really want to do? And then get excited over the fact that you don't have to do that. You don't have to look at porn. You don't have to do whatever is not really what you want to do. You can cancel that appointment for the week and intentionally decide, what is the thing that I'm excited about right now? What is that project that I want to start again? What is a person that I can reach out to and talk to and connect with? How can I make the most use of this time? And put that in your calendar on Friday afternoon before you leave work and you think, okay, here we are again. And that's a way of intentionally deciding what you're going to do rather than just letting life happen and sliding downhill. So try that out. Message me if you like it. Message me if you don't. That's fine too. Okay, so I've talked so far about motivation to keep ourselves from doing things that are not aligned with our values and how we cannot sit in shame. But there are other things that waste our time and energy, like just generally obsessing, obsessing over my attractions, obsessing how I measure up to other guys, obsessing about anything in life that just I'm allowing to be bigger than me. And I can find myself ruminating on the past, ruminating on the future, what could happen, what could be. And I can be doing things in life during the day that, aren't so bad. But my mind space is not good and it's not clear and not kind. And that drains my energy. And the more we can really become aware of what's going on in our heads and in our emotions, the more that we can make intentional choices just in the moment to choose to take some deeper breaths, just look up to heaven a bit and say, okay, God, help me out. And to get a better perspective, just take a pause, take a couple beats and decide, what's going on right now is not bigger than me. When we really decide that each moment of our life is important, that we get on board with what God is excited about, because when he looks at us, he thinks of the person that he created uniquely, the one that he's excited about, to turn to him and say, okay, God, what's next? When he looks at you, he knows for certain that the best is yet to come in your life. And he's just wanting you to get on board with that. He's wanting you to say, okay, God, I'll believe it. Just for this minute, I'm willing to take that courageous step of belief that, okay, the best is yet to come. Something great is going to happen in life. And maybe even something great is happening now, and I just don't see it. I want you to be courageous. What are some things in your life that you're allowing to steal your time and your energy? What can pull you forward in a way that allows you to make more intentional choices and get excited about replacing something lesser with something greater? Hey, I would love to work with you. If you would like some help in digging into the deeper why behind your unwanted attractions or your compulsion to act out or to obsess, I'd love to hear your story and do some deep inner work with you to really heal the wounds that you've experienced and get greater wholeness and integration. If you would like help just understanding your thoughts and your emotions and being able to observe them, not let them feel so big, and move through life with greater confidence and clarity, I'm your guy for that too. And if you really want to get excited about your future, when you want to understand that God is excited for the mark that you are uniquely crafted to make in partnership with him, if you want to understand what that is and how to get there, and be aware of what's holding you back and how we can move through those things, I would love to be that person to walk with you through it. The first thing I would ask is, what lights you up? What is it that you want to see in your life a year from now? And how are we going to get you there? What's holding you back? And how can we move through it with courage and grace, hand in hand with Christ along the way? Go to ownyouridentitynow.com to book a free coaching session and learn more about how we can move forward together. And finally, I want you to know that you're not defined by the time you have wasted or the lies that you've believed. You are defined by the one who calls you his. Make time to let that soak in. You've got this, and God's got you. I'll talk with you soon.